Growing up, I had a lot of access to VHS tapes, and because of that, and really those were the only entertainment I had for a good portion of my childhood, at least from the early portions of my childhood. From that, there spawned a, let's say, healthy fascination. I can't speak. There spawned a healthy addiction to dinosaurs. I feel like every young dude had a dinosaur phase. It's like dinosaurs, trucks, ninjas. That's pretty much it. Because of Jurassic Park, the original film, I ended up falling head over heels for dinosaurs. I wanted to study them for a long time, and then the science became way too complicated. But recently, Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, I guess, I don't like calling it that, have been coming back. And the other day, we got a reveal trailer for a new Jurassic World. I almost said game. It's not a Jurassic World game. It's a Jurassic World movie. Jurassic World Rebirth, coming out, I believe it said 2025. I'm not 100% sure. But it got me thinking because in 2023, we got one of the most overshadowed reveals and one of the least talked about reveals, I feel like, in a couple years, Jurassic Park Survival. Now, this game is being developed from World War Z developer Saber Interactive and is set a day after the events of the original 1993 film. That's right, we're going to be on Isla Nublar, which is my favorite island in the franchise and probably most people's favorite island in the franchise. But it is a single-player, first-person action adventure game which looks to tell a new story and sets to tap into some of the 90s nostalgia for fans like myself, while also really amping up the modern game to modern audiences and hopefully give a interesting take on the franchise that we haven't really seen before. Now, that's going to be hard because Jurassic Park is a humongous franchise. I mean, it has a damn Netflix animated TV show, okay? Jurassic Park is huge. Stealth, exploration, combat, and puzzles, maybe not combat, but these things are things that I'm looking forward to in this game. Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted some sort of Jurassic Park game that was kind of in line with games like Alien Isolation and with the newly released Quiet Place game, which is very good, and I'm gonna have a video on that eventually, hopefully sometime this year. It gives me more hope for a game like Jurassic Park Survival. Unfortunately though, it's been a little bit since we got an update on this project, but the concept is really cool, and I think that the original reveal trailer or the gameplay trailer, whichever trailer shows gameplay, it looks pretty good. Now, we don't know the release date. We do know that it will eventually launch on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X, and I could definitely see it coming to the Switch 2 at some point. The original reveal trailer was pretty much all cinematics, and it included some pre-alpha footage, but I'm personally hoping that this game comes out in sometime 2025 because I really don't think waiting on this game is a good idea. I feel like most people have already kind of forgotten about its existence. Now, back in June, IGN had an article talking about some more details with the game, different locations, and things that I just think are very interesting. There's a lot of concept art and screenshots in here. It looks like it is going to look like the original film in the best way possible. My fear with this, and something I'm worried about, is that this game is not going to come out. That's my biggest fear, for one. Now, I think this is the only game, really, that Saber Interactive is working on, so that's probably a good thing. If you didn't play World War Z, it was a very mixed game. It was supposed to be this spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead, and the game itself was Left 4 Dead. Like, it just literally died. It was not that successful. I had a lot of fun with it, mostly because it was just some buddies and I playing it through Game Pass, but most people I don't think really liked World War Z that much. But now Saber Interactive is in a partnership with Universal, and they seem to be trying. The character we're playing as is a InGen scientist who was left behind on the island after the characters from the film left the island. So essentially we're going to be isolated, which I think is the best case scenario here. That's something I really like about the Quiet Place game, is that it makes you feel isolated, and that feeling is why Alien Isolation is my favorite horror game of all time. Hopefully that feeling can be replicated with this game, but not copy and pasted. Apparently too, we're also going to be seeing some brand new locations that the developers are really excited for, and that they've been working with Universal to make sure that they get correct, which I think is great. Apparently there's going to be distant buildings, places where visitors were supposed to see at night versus during the daytime, which obviously visitors of the park never saw because the park blew up in everybody's face. Now, there are hints to new characters being shown off, which I am totally here for. I think as long as it's done correctly, the characters are written well, and they're not written as saviors in a way. I think that that's really important. I think that this game, I have my own speculation that there's going to be some special dinosaur in this game. We all know that the T-Rex is going to be in this game. The Velociraptors are more than likely going to be in this game. If they're not, it's the biggest missed opportunity on the planet. But I wouldn't be surprised if there is a video game specific dinosaur. I think that would be a good way to set this game apart from the rest of the franchise, because it feels like at this point Jurassic World should be Jurassic Universe. Like, I feel like they've done everything under the sun. The new trailer does look cool, but I'm not a movie channel, so I'm not talking about that here. And then from this IGN article, I'm going to leave it in the description like I do with all my videos, but one of my most exciting things I would say that comes out of here is when the IGN people are talking with, I think it's a lead developer or someone big in Saber Interactive or Universal, someone very important to the game, is when they say that the player will need to use caution and planning, in some cases checking routes in advance in regards to terrain, and there will be times when the player will need to move very carefully throughout an environment to avoid the attention of certain predators, which I think obviously says velociraptors, but just in general I think that's a really good mindset to have going into this game. But then again, there's just not much known, and Jurassic Park is probably one of the biggest franchises to not really have a big game, because I feel like most Jurassic Park games are kind of the simulator type games, right? Where you simulate yourself building a park. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but most people don't really enjoy those games. I feel like people like myself who work all day and just want to come home and play some sort of single player game, they're not looking for a simulator game. It's more attuned to something like Jurassic Park Survival, which I think is a good thing. But I also think this is good because it just branches out the franchise to be more inviting for different people. But I guess we'll have to see, because we still don't know anything. But hopefully this game stays as true to the original film as possible without staying true to the Jurassic World films. Not saying there's anything bad with them. If you like them personally, that is all you. Jurassic Park 3 is a fucking mess, and I love that movie to death. So let me know your thoughts. If you completely forgot that this game existed, that is totally okay. I forgot about it for a while myself. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you're a hardcore Jurassic Park fan like me, let me know what you are hoping for in this game, or parts of either this article, or I'll put another article in the description that I found interesting too. But either one of these, if you found something about it interesting, let me know. With that, this has been Nate, otherwise known as Wicked, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.